New York Times bestselling author Cleo Wade puts hope and resilience at the forefront of her writing. Her new children's book, May You Love and Be Loved, Wishes for Your Life, expresses the dreams we hold for our children and ourselves, and Cleo is here to tell us all about it. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. Oh my goodness.
It's so nice to have you here. I mean, it's such a beautiful book. It's not only inspiring and a feel-good kind of book, but it's also just beautiful. And I know that you did the paintings, but this was originally a poem of wishes for your kids. Tell me kind of how this grew.
When I was right after I had my second daughter, you're up in the middle of the night and you're a little delirious, and so I kept a little Post-it note and pad next to me when I'd be feeding her in the night. And my first daughter's middle name is Love, and my second daughter's middle name is Beloved. So the title is May You Love and Be Loved. And so I started this poem writing it. And I just thought about all the things I wanted for them. And they also kind of served as reminders for what I wanted for myself.
Yes, for sure. I was thinking that when I was reading it. Like so many of good children's books are good reminders for the adults that are reading it just as much as they are for the kids. It's so important to kind of have that balance, I think.
And it's bonding. I think for me, I always try to write and create books that are centered around my values. And you have the same values as your children. You know, you may be in a different type of part of life, but what you hope is that you can live with the same, freedom of wildflowers or bravery or all the things that you really want for yourself, you certainly really want for your kids.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's like we've just said, it's filled with wishes. Here's a couple of them. May you feel rhythm deep in your soul. I love that one. And may you try new things. Is there any in the book that you hold especially close to your heart and things you remind yourself of your girls of more often than maybe some of the other things?
Well, certain pages really remind me of my own life and experiences. So in the page of may you feel rhythms deep in your soul, the page next to it says may you stay out too late because the music was too good to go home early. And I'm from New Orleans, and that's very much how I grew up, and things I just cherish. I cherish listening to live music and dancing and being with friends, and I think whether it's pages around being weird and celebrating your weirdness, or knowing that there's fear, but it doesn't have to drive you.
It's like that kernel of dance, like no one's watching. It's like that kernel kind of blown up into this whole beautiful book. And the illustrations are so beautiful. You did them yourself.
I did. 2 summers ago. Let me tell you something. I never got really an A in any class in my whole life, but I certainly never got one in art. And I taught myself how to draw 2 summers ago. I locked myself in my in my little writing room.
And I understand that you tested things on your daughters. If they didn't know what it was, you're like, well, we got to work on that one.
Yes, I was like, hey, Memphis, what does this look like to you? And if she was like, I don't know, and I was like, okay, I'll go back to work on that one.
Back to square one. Well, you have a book tour coming up, and some familiar faces are going to be joining you. Your husband's going to join you.
Yes, he's joining me.
Your best friend.
Yes, I joked that I have 3 stops. So I did the first with my best friend from my childhood, the second with my husband, and then the third with the child psychologist I call when I'm in a pinch. So.
And what do you hope for people to get out of these conversations at the book tours?
I always just hope to bring people together, to value community, to also just know that there's a place you can go if you feel lonely and just want to feel inspired or held or loved.
Or hear some positivity, because we all need it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we do. Well, thank you for writing this. And May You Love and Be Loved, Wishes for Your Life is out tomorrow, so be sure to get a copy. And catch Cleo's book tour at Books of Wonder on Wednesday at 6 p.m. Cleo, so good to see you. Thank you for this book so I can read it to my kids.